I'm Ken Vasoli from The Starting Line. I've been invited by Brooklyn Vegan to name my top 5 comeback records. Let's get into it. First of all, I gotta mention the self-titled record by New Jersey band Lifetime. They, in the tri-state area, I think are some legends in the punk music making community, and I think that a lot of bands have taken pages out of their book. I hear their sound in so many bands, and their self-titled record from 2007 I think goes down as their best. Jersey's Best Dancers is probably the most well-known of theirs, but 10 years after releasing this self-titled record and not skipping a beat, it remains an important record for me because at this point, when Starting Line is making a record 18 years after our previous, it's good to know that there's a proof of concept out there. There's a band that can return to form in a way that doesn't feel forced. They can make music that feels youthful without feeling immature. No one does that better than Lifetime. Okay, I got some from the collection here, from the shelves. This one just dawned on me as a great comeback. This is D'Angelo, Black Messiah. It came out in 2014. His previous record, Voodoo, came out in the year 2000, I believe. So quite a gap. I heard he was making this record for quite a while. I also heard that he, before making this record, just started playing tons of guitar, which is evident. The guitar work is very lyrical, very fluid, very cool, and the production in general is sparse as far as no effects, but also pristine as far as the sonics go. I wasn't well versed in D'Angelo's music before this one, and this hit me in all the right places. It goes down as my favorite by him. He ended up playing a show at a very nice old theater about 5 miles from here, and I saw it on the concert calendar. Thought that would be cool to go to, and then out of sheer laziness, did not get tickets, didn't go. Goes down as one of the great regrets in my life. Okay, another great comeback record that I have to talk about is by Braid. It's called No Coast. Came out in 2014. It was produced by the great Will Yip, who also happened to produce our record, Eternal Youth, and it serves as one of the great examples of how talented Will is sonically. I mean, this is a great band to begin with, but it was everything coming together in the right way on this record. I think fantastic songs, the best that they've ever written. The production is fantastic. I've talked to Will about it. I've gushed about him. It was one of the reasons I wanted to make our record with him, and he has said that it's one of his favorite drum tones to date. Maybe he just said snare drum, but there's something about drums in there, and I couldn't agree more. The drummer, I think his name is Damon, crushes it. Okay. Another one from the shelves. This is by a group called the Avalanches, and this record is called Wildflower. It came out in 2016. Their previous record, Since I Left You, was released in the year 2000, and that record was a classic sample-based masterpiece, and from what I could tell, they just sort of disappeared after that. Didn't play much shows, didn't release music, sort of fell into a certain type of cult following obscurity. And just as I start to really dig my teeth into the Avalanches music around 2010, it sort of snowballed into me wanting to make music like them and wondering what happened to them. And right on cue, they came back and released this record, Wildflower. And I think that it's a perfect follow-up. I think that it's every bit as good as Since I Left You, just with an updated spin. Okay, one more from the shelves. Another sort of electronic record. Germany's DJ Koze with his record Amygdala. They came out in 2013. He used to make sort of hip-hop tempo, sample-based music, then went away for a while, didn't release any music, came back in 2013 with this record Amygdala, which is a bit of a left field house record, somewhat experimental. The track that I first heard was this last track, which I will not even attempt to pronounce, but it has this vocal that happens over top of it, all in German. I'd never heard anything like it whatsoever. And I was listening to WPRB from Princeton, 103.3, shout out, and they were playing that track, found out it was DJ Koze. This record had just recently dropped at the time, picked it up. So many great tracks on this one. My Plans is great. Homesick. Can't recommend it enough. Some oddball house music for you. All right, I've done quite a bit of rambling about this music, but if I would be able to drop some honorable mentions that didn't make the list, Descendants' Everything Sucks from 1996. The record before that was 1989, I believe, which only a 7-year gap, but I feel like going from the late 80s to the mid to late 90s is a feat within itself. This Madlib record came out in 2021. It was arranged by Kieran Hebden, also known as Fortet, and from what I understand, sort of encouraged Madlib to release another proper solo instrumental record, which he hadn't in quite a few years. He's been doing a lot of producing for other people, and couldn't be happier to see him come back with this. And then lastly, but not leastly, I just want to shout out my friends in Algernon Cadwallader. I would urge everyone to check out that record. You will not be sorry. Thank you, Brooklyn Vegan, for letting me run my mouth. I hope you enjoy these records that I've mentioned. Hope you enjoy Eternal Youth, our first record in 18 years by the Starting Line. Thank you, everybody.